Wicked, 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 wicked. Wicked tones, you know.
Like today I'm doing chest, but when I started my workout, I have issues with my shoulder, which affect like my mobility in my chest sometimes. So some days are better than other days, and realistically I probably need surgery on my right shoulder to fix this thing. But it's like I'm not gonna kind of over surgeries. I've been through a bunch of them, and I'm gonna put this one off as long as I can. But it's like there's a lot of people that have that same issue in the gym where they've got little injuries. Like it might not even be like catastrophic injuries or like things that really hinder your ability to move. It's just like, so like and they're afraid to, like, it's almost like they're like, if I have an issue with my shoulder, or I'm having an issue with my pec today, it's like I just work around it, and I find angles that don't cause me discomfort or pain or whatever it might be I'm experiencing, right? So I'll just work around it, find angles, find machines that are more conducive to me getting a pump with the issue I might be experiencing. Because I'm not gonna spend like fucking 3 hours prior to this, like doing a million things to get ready for a workout. Like if it's legs, like I spend like an hour warming up, stretching, rolling, doing different things, and to get my lower body moving, because I'm having to recruit a lot of muscle, and a lot of upper body is just as much a part of legs as lower, right? So it's like you kind of got to warm up that whole chain of the body. But it's like there's these people that come to the gym, and they've been told by some doctor somewhere, some chiropractor or some osteopath, like not knocking either of those professions, they're great, but they've been told something by someone somewhere, like, oh, the reason why you have imbalance is because like your hip is externally rotated, or you have some type of issue in your L4, L5, your fucking whatever it is of your spine that's causing this and this and this. And they give them this whole like spiel about how you have to do this, like this is what's lagging, this isn't firing, so we have to wake this up. And yeah, there's a protocol to follow to get this done, right? Of what this person, this doctor or therapist sees as like a way for you to get back to moving normal, which is like, who the fuck knows what that is? Because normal to anyone is just feeling good, to be honest with you. Like, how do you gauge what's normal and what's not normal? After in a body that's been training for, like I myself I played sports prior to this, and played like college football in the States, and like beat the shit out of my body. And then I went on to bodybuilding and thought, like everyone else that I tell not to think like this, that weight was what mattered, and pushing these heavy fucking weights and squatting more than most of you watching have ever squatted for reps. And it's like, I understand that like I've created this environment in my body where I'm kind of working with what I have now at this point. So it's like I've done the damage, and now it's kind of like mitigating the effects of that damage, but understanding that I have a base that I've built that I can work with, that allows me to like hold muscle fairly easily, and to like keep my mass pretty easily, because I've been at this weight for a long time, right? So it's like when I see these people though who they haven't had a life like that, they haven't been through like these struggles and like dealing with legitimate injuries, like maybe a broken leg, a broken ankle, a fucking hip replacement. Like I've had my hip replaced, and it's like you're coming in here with like little twinges and little like, and what you've been diagnosed with a lot of the time is like something that you're not even aware of what that is really. Like when someone tells you, oh, I have my disc's out between L4 and L5, or whatever it might be in my thoracic spine, there's this shift in my disc, like whatever it might be, and you're like, oh, well now they've given a name to what's wrong with me, and they've diagnosed it, so now I need to chill out, like I gotta fucking relax, right? It's like, no, you can still move, you can still train, and you can still do whatever it is that causes you discomfort, but find different ways to do it. So if certain leg movements are causing you discomfort, like a barbell squat or any type of load on your spine, on your shoulders, like, well, guess what? There's leg presses, and there's leg extensions, and there's angled hack squats that take a lot of pressure off the spine and kind of angle the body in a position to drop on a more conducive line than loading your spine directly up and down, right? So it's just like, it's like every day I walk in this gym, and it's not just this gym, I'm not picking on people here, but I walk in gyms anywhere I go and train or anywhere I've been, and you see these people who are like perpetually warming up to do a workout that never amounts to shit. So like your whole time here was like getting yourself in positions and like understanding how I'm gonna activate this and activate that. It's like, just move, man. Like odds are you're not that sophisticated or that in tune with what's going on that you can fix yourself, or that you can like activate this certain muscle that we're trying to activate deep within your hip and your glute or your groin. And we're trying to get that to activate with like these little small minute movements we do. It's like you can do that stuff, but like it also like feel free to get a workout in. And like a lot of these people they do this, like can think of like people off the top of my head. Their main problem isn't their lack of mobility, it's their lack of being able to hold tension. So they can't even perform a squat without getting to about 3/4 of the way down and then bouncing out of the bottom. Or like they held tension for like 1/4 of the way, then it's limp noodle and back up to where I was. And you don't understand like you being able to like control that tension and control your depth and put yourself into the bottom of a squat or into the bottom of a press and being able to move out. Working on that stuff and having more control through that range that you're not controlling is probably going to fucking help you in the long run in getting over whatever issue you may have, right? Unless that issue is a tear or like something I'm talking significant where it's like we don't want to go to a certain range because we're putting you at risk for injury. But when you're being told by like these different therapists or different doctors that, oh, this is out and this is shifted and we need to get this back, and there's nothing wrong. It's just like, oh, these are biomechanical things that are going on with your body that aren't allowing you to feel things. Well, feel free to get yourself in positions where you do feel those things, even if it's like quarter range reps. Or if you have a problem in bottom range, start at the bottom and start working out of the bottom range and getting acclimated to all the areas of the lift, right? It's frustrating for me to see this because like there's all these people who are so dedicated to the gym and they're here every day, or they're non-stop committed to the gym, and their whole time here is spent like discovering their bodies again. But it's like, just train maximally the way you can with the issues you may have. Like I have more issues than most people, not to be like cry me a river, but like you won't hear me talk about them other than my shoulder, like because that's an obvious thing that's going on with me. It's like I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh well, my hip hurts today, and then it was causing my lower back pain, and then now I'm like, I have to understand, I have to like activate my glute. It's like I'm doing all that shit without telling people about it, and I'm also getting my lift in and my workout in without letting it hamper me, right? Because I'm going to do the stuff I can do and get better doing that. Like it's comes back to the whole thing of people like sticking with these lifts that they need to abandon them because they're just not good for you. Like, and they not good for you in the sense that you're not doing them well, and they also might not be good for you because of the limitations you have with structural issues going on in your body, or like soft tissue issues or whatever it might be. So it's like, feel free to like I got to get back to squatting. It's like, no, you don't. If squatting's always been a problem and it's always causing you issues and things like that, this guy's filming me. And it's like, then stop doing it. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to be doing all that stuff. Find lifts that work for you, and don't think that because I can't bench press anymore, or because I can't squat anymore, because I can't overhead shoulder press anymore, like I just better give up, or I better fight my way back to being able to do those things just so I can fucking hurt myself again, right? So